Today, we will discuss a very interesting aspect of geochemistry. As everybody knows, usually we cannot pinpoint the depth of the signal that we are discovering on surface. But there is a method that is very common in Russia. When I was a student there, it was given to me like, normal information, like 2 + 2 is 4. And it was called determining the erosional level. Basically, using geochemistry, we can determine the position of the erosional level with respect to the ore body. And therefore, using this method, we can have an idea of how deep our mineralization source is, or also is a very good method to categorize our anomalies and define where are we going to study first. Here, this table that, as you can see, you can find in following this link here, this DOI. We have an example of a raw data, normal data converted all to part per billions. Okay, so this is our normal data. The method that we are talking about is called the erosional level. And I call this the original. This is the one I learned when I was a student. And it basically, the theory says that when you have the formation of the deposit, there is always a group of elements that will tend to form on top of the deposit because they are more mobile, and those are called supra elements. And there will be a group of elements that tend to form below the ore body, and those are called infra elements. Examples of supra elements are mercury, barium, silver, and others. Examples of infra elements are cobalt, nickel, chrome, etc. So basically, if you make a coefficient dividing the supra elements by the infra elements, and you get that coefficient gets a value that is very, very big, that means that the erosional level has not yet reached the ore body. That is a very good thing. But if you get an erosional level, a coefficient that is very small or negative, that means that the erosional level has already reached this part. So even though that you may have an anomaly, this is a residual anomaly because the ore body has been already eroded. Okay, so there is plenty of reference about this method. Here you can see some of them. Because many people ask me, well, where can I find more about this thing? You studied at the university, but want to read it. So these are some of the books that talk about this method in details. And it also offers a list of from the most supra to the most infra elements that you can use. So how do you calculate the erosional level? It's very simple. Let's say we will use here 3 elements, like supra elements like barium, iode, zinc, and 3 elements infra elements like cobalt, nickel, and chrome. The first step is to standardize all these values so the difference in their concentration doesn't affect us. The formula for standardizing, you can see it here, is standardized by the mean and the standard deviation for each element.